I don't even have words for how
Hello from Moldova.
Oh.
We are on our way out of Moldova, but we don't have anybody in our car yet, so I figured we could show you. This is a 4-bed instead of the 6 that we had in Italy. So, like, there's actually, like, headroom, and they're all set up beforehand. The one in Italy, like, we had to, like, I don't even know.
They were like,
you
they
pull
were
it over
and it was kind of complicated to turn them into beds.
Yeah. But this is what we have. And I think there's, like, one other person on this car so far.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But
So we'll see if anyone else is actually here.
I hope not, but probably. I mean, we have a half hour.
It would be nice to have the whole thing to ourselves. What is that for?
Yeah. Well, but as you can see, it's cold, rainy, and miserable outside. So we didn't actually go outside all day.
Like freezing rain, which is the worst, I think.
Yeah, it's miserable. So we went to the mall
Again.
to have breakfast, and then we got food, and then we came here.
I mean, like with the train leaving at 4:30, like you want to get there a bit beforehand, and there's really not exactly time to do much, and especially with the weather being this bad, we were like, you know what, we're just take a slow day.
Yep. So we have another 10-hour, 12-hour train ride to get back to Romania.
14 hour, I think, actually. Doesn't get there at 6.
Good. 7.
7. Really long.
Yeah. Good morning from Israel.
Morning.
See, I can't prove it. Hold on. I have coffee on one hand and this camera's way too big. See, it's like, it says stuff in Hebrew that I can't understand. So, we made it.
We made it. I mean, there wasn't really any
goodness.
doubt that we would.
Well, security was kind of crazy.
Security, yeah, I think
First-
they took like
First of all, when we got off the airplane, we were selected for like security
just
screening.
to like randomly.
What did he do? Like
he looked at our passports and just like asked us, where are you here? Where are you going? How long are you staying?
he pointed out that we had been to Moldova.
Right. Well, I'm guessing because he looked at like where we were. He said, you're coming from Romania? And we said, yes. And he said, is that a connection flight? I said, no, we've been traveling around. Oh. And then you noticed you've been to Moldova, which I'm guessing that was just like, because that's where we were before Romania. I'm guessing maybe they have something against Moldova. Who knows?
Probably, I wouldn't be surprised.
Wouldn't surprise me.
So we had that, and then for like the passport control
Ugh.
place, holy crap. It's like scary. Like every 5th person was being taken off into this room for further questioning or something. And
Again,
there's
that
this.
sounds scary. They were being told to go to this other room
Yeah,
and wait.
yeah. I mean, their
But-
passports were taken and they were told to go. And there's like,
I
there
mean,
was
like-
one woman who like we overheard the lady say, "You've been here 1 year without a visa," and she was very frustrated. And oh my goodness. And then there was a couple of them who like couldn't communicate. Like they only spoke Romanian, and the security speaks like English and Hebrew.
Probably Arabic.
Probably Spanish too. I think one of them,
think-
but
yeah.
like a couple of people just couldn't communicate, which was frustrating. And like everybody just kept, yeah. But we were the last people. We weren't the last people in line. I don't know how that happened, but we're the
Well,
last
because
people to get checked.
They had the other people in our line go to the other lines once they were emptying out, and they just didn't have us do it.
Yeah. And she took like 2 minutes on us. I think she was just tired.
Where are you going?
Where are you
How long
going?
staying?
Yeah.
First time here. Have a nice day. That's about it.
But considering last night we spent on a train. Well, okay. Last night, kind of.
Last night we kind of slept.
2 nights ago, I guess. I mean, it feels like last night. Because that's the last time I actually slept. We spent on an overnight train, which I actually got more sleep on because we had the border security first, which is another story about security.
Oh, that was...
On the way to Moldova, we stopped twice. One to get stamps out of Romania and one to get into Moldova. Moldova was the harder one. No, Romania was the harder one. We stopped there for an hour. On the way back, we stopped about 4
it was
times,
4
and we
times.
had our baggage searched. Like, they checked our baggage first
They wanted,
before
they
coming out
wanted
of
to
Romania.
see it and open it
Yeah.
and look at it and what do you have in there. This was after like anything to declare, and we're like, no. He was like, what do you have in your bags? And, like clothes and
Aaron didn't know what to
shampoo
say.
And like, what do you mean? What do I have in my bags? What else do I have? Things that everyone's gonna have in their bags. Do you have any cigarettes or alcohol? No. You should just ask me that first. That's really all I
Well,
wanted to know.
we got asked that like about 4 times.
Yeah, I think everyone asks us
Because
that.
so we got our bags searched and we thought we were okay, we're gonna get our passports. But then the next guy comes through and they search our whole
Our
cabin.
whole cabin. Like we had to leave. They were
we
looking in like
walked-
every
We had
crevice.
to it was weird. And
And
there's
I-
actually 2 people searched our cabin, one searched
Yeah.
our bags, and then we got passports checked.
Well, and then we got our passports checked to leave Moldova. Like we still had to do Romania after that, and then they wanted to
Right,
see our.
right.
They didn't look in our bags, but they like wanted to see our bags.
Right.
Do you have anything in that? No, we still don't.
Cigarettes,
we have
alcohol?
Not acquired cigarettes or alcohol since leaving Moldova 5 minutes ago. Like, it's. You think could they just like talk to each other and just be like, okay, you know what? Let's just agree. As long as someone checks for this, we're good. Like, we have to check twice.
It was kind of intense. Actually, it was really intense. But
It's just long
we were the only people sleeping there,
in our car.
which was quite nice.
Quite nice.
And then we got to fall asleep. So I slept for about 6 hours, maybe 5.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, it wasn't too bad. But then went to our hostel in Romania, and then we did nothing because I was tired.
Well, first we killed a few hours at Starbucks because the train got in at
That's
6 in the
right.
morning, which is not a smart idea because there's nothing open. Odds are no one has anything they have to be to at 6 in the morning.
We had to wait
if they
for a
do, they're
half
not
hour
taking
outside Starbucks waiting for it to open, and then we waited there for 3 hours before the hostel would open. And then we went to the hostel,
Before we go check in.
and then we checked in, and then we did all that, and then we fell asleep, and then we had to leave the hostel at 3 a.m. for our stupid flight. 6. I hate flights, especially this early. It
I don't
sucks.
mind later flights. If when we have to get up early for the flight,
If
then
the
I
flight
mind.
is before noon, then I mind.
Right.
And our flight back is at 9:30.
So that's better.
Better, but
We're getting up at
So-
5 instead.
we've had no sleep, and it really sucks. So I'm having a large coffee. It's really yummy. Aaron's having decaf, of course, but Aaron's pretending it's caffeinated. So he can.
If I think like there's caffeine in it, maybe I'll feel awake without getting all. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
now we
we're
get to
here,
take a
and now I'm kind of excited.
bus or train. I think normally you take a train because
I wanna take a train.
The airport is it's not actually in Tel Aviv. It's like a third of the way to Jerusalem. So it's like a third of the distance to Tel Aviv and 2/3 of the distance to Jerusalem. But there's no we could take like a taxi from here to Jerusalem, but that would be a lot more expensive. So we take like a train to Tel Aviv and then a bus to Jerusalem.
That's where we're staying.
Yeah.
We were looking it up, and there's more things to do in Jerusalem because it's cultural headquarters and all that. So we're gonna be
We
there
actually-
for 3 nights.
We extended our stay because of that. Like when we were looking at when to book
Yeah.
the tickets, we were originally gonna we'll go to Tel Aviv, and then someone mentioned, I think you mentioned Jerusalem, and I'm like, well, what if we just go for a couple more days and go to Jerusalem too? So we had to do that, of
So we're
course.
staying there for 3 nights, and then we're coming back here for 2 nights, and then we're gonna fly back to Romania. Oh my goodness!
To actually see Bucharest.
Yeah, our
We've only
third
been there
time.
twice so far.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's our update in the last 2.5 days.
You really didn't miss much.
Not
We
really.
couldn't see anything out the train because it was dark. There was nothing to see on the train because it was a train. And there was really nothing to show yesterday because we hardly got any sleep the night before. We knew we weren't going to get a lot of sleep last
Oh yeah,
night.
you
We
didn't
just kinda
want to see me
took it
yesterday.
easy.
Probably don't want to see me today unless I have another coffee.
Oh, you're fine. So, off we go. At least it's warm here.
Yeah, it's supposed to be 60s or 70s. I'm so excited. No
gonna be
coat.
nice.
No coat.
After the freezing rain we've had in like actual freezing rain.
The last like 3 days of our
Yeah.
just anywhere we've been, it's been
yucky.
like freezing,
Really
like
yucky.
32.
My absolute least favorite weather. Like, I don't like rain and I don't like cold, but when you put them together and it's not snow, it's just bad.
That's why we've been hiding inside.
Nothing else to do. Freeze if we went out.
These are the walls of the old city. Actually, where we are staying. And pretty much what we've seen, the old city, like the entire thing is a big bazaar. Like you just keep turning and
I feel
oh
like there's
my gosh.
more, and we just haven't managed to figure out how to get past the bazaar yet.
Like we
we've
walked
been
around
in
and we
and out of
kept
it.
turning and we just like we emerged on the other side and then we went back in, turned a couple different ways, and we emerged back on this side. So I have no idea what's in there.
No idea where we've all been.
But oh, it's so cool.
Oh,
And our
my
hostel is
God.
in there. I can't remember if I told you that.
It's like
Our
in
host,
the
it's
bazaar.
like yeah, it's in the bazaar. It's like
pretty cool.
so cool. Oh my god.
Can I show these? These are like I haven't even. We saw these on our way in. Oh, it's dark. See if I. Well, we'll come around here and get a better view for you. Like there are all of these globes with. I don't even know yet because I haven't looked. But they're so cool. And these have footprints. And then I'm hoping this records okay. Of just this is I don't even have words for how awesome this is. Can you see that? Like just when we say that like we're in the bazaar, this is what we mean for like streets and streets and streets of this. So this is our walk back to the hostel. It's like in the middle of this.
So, this is our room. We ended up with a private room because it was just as cheap as their 8-bed or something, so why not? So this is where we are for 3 nights. Oh good. It's kind of small. And we got to do laundry today. It's so exciting.
Badly need
Because we hadn't done it in like a week and it was bad.
a week.
Yeah, so
You really
we
need
have
this.
clean clothes. It's very exciting stuff.
It's quite nice.
And I'm pretty sure we're the only ones in the hostel again. No, I saw someone in the 8-bed, but that's about it.